Hello everyone, my name is Noraisyah Atiqah Binti Rosli and I'm your tour guide for today. If there's some questioning my identity based on my height, I'm an adult and licensed tour guide with index numbers 1008. As you guys hearing me out from the start, I will give my commentary in English. But if you want me to speak Malay or want to learn some Malay, feel free to ask me. Now, let me introduce to all of you our handsome, professional and licensed bus driver for so many years, Encik Akil. Please say hi. So that he will take us to the right destination, safe and sound, and also can show us some hidden spot. Right, Encik Akil? Encik Akil is a Melacca local, so we surely can believe in him. Please remember that our coach registration number is JJJ1234. Easy, right? Don't ever get confused and get into another bus. For information, our air-conditioned coach is equipped with safety belt at every seat. And for your safety, you are encouraged to use them whenever and every time the bus is on the move. In addition, our coach is equipped with fire extinguisher placed on the side of our pilot and the first aid kit at the overhead compartment. The emergency door is on the right side at the back of the coach. In case of any emergency that need us to get out from the bus, passengers seated on the first 5 rows in front of me, please use the main door in front, and passengers seated on the last 5 rows at the back, please use the emergency exit door at the back. This will ensure smooth evacuation of all passengers out of the bus. Ladies and gentlemen, now we are at Melacca, officially the state of Melacca. It's a state in Malaysia located in the southern region of the Malay Peninsula, next to the Strait of Melacca. Its capital is Melacca City, dubbed the Historic City, which has been listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 7 July 2008. The state is bordered by the Negeri Sembilan to the north and west and Johor Bahru to the south. The exclave of Tanjung Tuan also border Negeri Sembilan to the north. Its capital Melacca City is 148 km southeast of Malaysia's capital city Kuala Lumpur, 235 km northwest of Johor's largest city Johor Bahru and 95 km northwest of Johor's second largest city Batu Pahat. Bersatu nafas, mantap. Although it was the location of one of the earliest Malay sultanates, namely the Melacca Sultanate, the local monarchy was abolished when the Portuguese conquered it in 1511. The head of state is the Yang di-Pertua Negeri or governor rather than a sultan. Melacca is noted for its unique history and it is one of the major tourist destinations in Malaysia. With a highly strategic state position for international trade routes, Melacca was once a well-known international trade center in the east. Many traders anchored in Melacca, especially traders from Arabia, China and India, traded at the port of Melacca, and from there were born many of the descendants and tribes that exist in Melacca to this day. A great diversity of races and ethnicities have long existed among the local community, reflecting its history. Malays, Chinese, Indians, Baba Nyonya, Kristang, Chiti, and Eurasians are significant ethnic groups living in the state of Melacca in the present day. So our first destination for today is Porta de Santiago. Yes, that's right, Porta de Santiago. You may assume that you hear me wrong as it is definitely a word in Portuguese and we are not even near Portuguese. But there is one place in Melacca that you should not miss when you set foot in the historical state. The said place is the Porta de Santiago, which might not ring a bell even among the locals, but if you mention the Formosa Forts and you will elicit an I know that. The Formosa is one of the oldest surviving pieces of European architecture, remains in all of Asia. Formosa means the famous in Portuguese. The fort was built by the Portuguese when they arrived in Melacca in the years of 1511 under the leadership of Alfonso de Albuquerque. Alfonso ordered the construction of this fort to strengthen the to strengthen his hold of the newly acquired land. The sturdy structures helped the Portuguese secure their reign in Melacca. For a long 130 years before the arrival of the Dutch in 1641, the Dutch managed to wrestle over the Formosa fort before eventually taking over the helm of Melacca for the next 184 years. The Dutch still utilized the fort and even made major renovation to it to improve its functionality. Most of what you see today are remains of the Dutch improvements. If you're observant enough, you should notice a small inscription ANNO 1670 on the fort's arch, as well as the coat of arms of the Dutch East India Company (VOC). All marks evident of the Dutch powers presence in Melacca. The Formosa survived another colonization after the Dutch, this time under the reign of the British, who decided to demolish the forts due to the difficulty in maintaining the forts. Fortunately, part of the fort was saved by destruction by the late Sir Stamford Raffles, then the British governor, enabling us to appreciate a monument significant in Malacca's and Malaysia's history. The structure seen today is merely a small gatehouse of the fort, but is nevertheless grand in its own way. Standing proudly atop the St. Paul's Hills close to the striking red Statehouse building. The traffic, both human and cars, around St. Paul's Hills is testament to the property of Formosa. The name has become synonymous with Melacca, so much that a theme park has been given the same name. The Formosa fortress with 3-meter thick walls and 40 meters watchtower had played a major role in protecting the Portuguese from their enemies. Now, you guys can enjoy yourself by walking around, taking pictures and also buying souvenirs. We will meet here at the same spot at 6 p.m. as we need to go to the night attraction. My beloved tourists, we are now going to Melacca River Cruise to experience cruise in the city. The Melacca River Rosli runs through the center line of the state from north to south. Melacca River, which flows through the middle of Melacca City in Melacca, Malaysia, was a vital trade route during the heyday of Melacca Sultanate in the 15th century. The Melacca River Cruise is one of the main tourism attractions of Melacca. The city of Melacca is one of Malaysia's top tourist destinations because of its heritage from the 15th century. The Melacca River Cruise is the only river journey in Southeast Asia that takes you back through these 600 years of history. The trip on the river goes through the hearts of UNESCO heritage sites. The river cruises are frequent with pre-recorded commentary. It gives visitors a different and exclusive riverscape view of the city in safe and comfortable boats. It is enjoyable and relaxing experience for about 45 minutes, and the cruise covers about 9 km. Here we are at Melacca River Cruise. The departure area is near the replica of the Flora de Mar, a Portuguese galleon that sank off the coast. There is a ticketing counter and a covered waiting area that can hold about 80 people. That is 2 boatloads. There is no set timetable, but I was told that the frequency of the trips is dependent on the demand for the number of people waiting. The boat goes to the other terminus at Taman Rempah Jetty and turns around. The boat seats 40 passengers. Most of the seats are undercover, but not the front row seats, which have the best views. People in the front row seats are, however, subject to splashes from the bow wave. In our trip, we were not offered life jacket, but they were stored at prominent locations. There is a pre-recorded commentary in Malay and English. Along both sides of the river is the Melacca River Walk, where there is a walkway along the route of the Melacca River Cruise. The river cuts through the center of the UNESCO heritage sites. This is the commercial tourist area with shops and street food. However, there are the intangibles or cultural aspects like the Melacca Museum, Peranakan Restaurant, and the oldest Chinese temple built in 1645. years. After the ribbon band is Kampung Morton, a Malay village that has been spruced up and illuminated at night, making quite a beautiful sight. The best time to take the Melacca River cruise is in the evening when it is cooler. The buildings and murals are lit up to highlight their best feature. Here is your guys ticket, and you guys make queue to get into the cruise. After the cruise, you guys have your own free time, but you guys must be here at the gathering spot at 10:30 p.m. to get to the bus and back to our hotel. Ladies and gentlemen, how was your day? There are many more untold stories that are impossible for us to highlight and share here. But one thing for us to remember is history cannot and will never be forgotten and must continue to be highlighted to our future generation, so that they will never forget the contribution and sacrifice made by these prominent statesmen to give us the pleasure, comfort, security, and safe environment to enjoy many more years to come. That's all from me. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share this today.